All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about our final movement pitch, and it's the rise ball. This personally was always my favorite pitch. It was my go-to pitch when I was pitching. I know a lot of people want to learn it immediately. You know, we've gotten emails and messages from people being like, hey, can you teach, my 9-year-old the rise ball next? The rise ball is tricky because you're basically required to spin the ball so much and so fast that it defies gravity. It takes a tremendous amount of wrist and finger strength and quickness, which doesn't develop right away. As you throw the other movement pitches more and more, you develop more quickness in your wrist and fingers. And as you grow and get bigger and stronger, that's when you're going to start to develop really good spin. Also, we believe it is the one pitch that requires you to be throwing a certain speed. So if you're throwing in the upper 40s or low 50s, you probably won't get very good bite on your rise ball. When you hit the upper 50s and into the 60s, that's when we're approaching speeds that are going to allow us to get really good spin and bite. So that's why the rise ball is the very last pitch that we teach, because it gives girls time to develop wrist and finger quickness, and it gives them time to get stronger and develop more speed so that they're throwing a more effective rise ball. So let's go ahead and jump right in to the two most important things to remember when it comes to the rise ball. The first most common issue that I see is, and I guarantee this will probably happen the first time you try to teach your pitcher a rise ball, is pushing the ball up instead of spinning it up. So essentially what you'll see, sorry, there's a lot of bugs. Essentially what you'll see is girls trying to lift their ball up almost like they're trying to do hello elbow when they're throwing their rise. But what you're going to see there is pretty much just an absurdly high, I wouldn't even call it a fastball, just an absurdly high pitch that's going to start way out of the zone, end up even further out of the zone. No batter's ever going to swing at it, and it's not going to really have spin or movement on it. It's really important, and honestly, even though this is a rise ball and it's supposed to go up, the hand never actually gets all that high. We keep it nice and low. We get out to the end of the throw zone, yes, definitely, but we spin up. It's all about wrist and finger quickness and developing a good rise ball angle to get that pitch to move, not trying to just push the ball up like you're doing hello elbow. So make sure your pitcher is really practicing the spin and the good arm position for a rise ball and not just trying to push that ball up. And then the next issue that I see very commonly with the rise ball is, again, not getting into that good rise ball angle. So let's talk about that real quick. So let's go back and look at our drop. So when we land in drop ball position, and again, this is all very slight, we are very slightly forward over that front foot, and the front shoulder is down a little bit lower than the back shoulder. Again, that allows us to have that good drop ball angle for a really good arm path and drop ball delivery. Rise ball is going to be the opposite. Now we want to take an extra long stride. We want to be extra back over the back foot, and the back shoulder is going to be down lower than the front shoulder. This makes our rise ball angle, and it allows us to really get underneath and out for a good low starting rise ball that then spins up. Many times pitchers might have good arm movement and good spin, but they kind of stay level like a fastball, and that prevents the arm from getting low enough. So that, again, even though they might have really good spin and break on their rise ball, it's going to start too high and then go even higher out of the zone. So again, batter's not going to swing, they're just going to let it go. So it's really, really important to make that rise ball angle early in your pitch so that you're able to extend out, keep the hand low, and really spin underneath that ball. So before I go and demonstrate for you guys, let's again talk about the grip. So for me, rise ball is gripped exactly like the curve, and for me a screw. So ring finger and middle finger on those two skinny seams, thumb on the bottom, so that we can get really tight spin and really get underneath the ball. So here we go. I'm going to go into this first pitch. I'm going to freeze on the finish so we can take a look at some things. All right, let's hold it here. So you can see, again, I'm still nice and tracked. haven't used my hips and shoulders at all. My hand is nice and low. It's not up here like I'm trying to do hello elbow. I've led with my pinky and really spun underneath the ball. I'm nice and back over that back foot, so I'm not here or here. And you'll notice that I took just very slightly after I drove through a little step backwards. That's because staying nice and back for the rise ball does create a little bit more front side resistance, and it takes our momentum a little bit this way. But again, I know you guys can't see my net, but I've got a little target with the letter B up where the rise ball should hit, and it went right to it. So let's take another look. Here we go. All right, guys, so that has been my how-to for all of the movement pitches for you guys. Again, we've got Fastpitch Power Plus coming out soon. That's going to have a ton of in-depth explanations for every single movement pitches, different ways to throw them, and different drills you can do to practice them. And we're going to be having our intermediate and advanced clinics coming out soon, where you're going to learn all of the changes in speeds and the movement pitches as well. I hope you guys have found this little series useful. I'll be coming out with more YouTube videos very soon, and I'll talk to you guys next time.